It's a hot day in Maine today. It is 77 out at the moment, and the humidity is 75%, which is 3% higher than it was an hour ago. How are you today, Evil? I imagine it's probably close to the same temperature in Skowhegan. Skowhegan is not far away from where I live. I'm doing well. The weather has my nose a little runny today. It's kind of annoying. But other than that, I'm fine. Okay, so I played this a little bit off stream. I didn't progress to the main story, but I wanted to show a couple of missions to my dad last time he was over. So I have more money and experience points than I did last time around. So I guess I did some grinding off stream. I want this. I want Judgment Bolt. I'm gonna save my ability points for Judgment Bolt.
Think it's alright to touch him?
Let's go hunt some monsters to start things off today.
That brooms is...
So Martha's alright.
I have to just find them myself. Clairview Sanbrook. I don't know where that is off the top of my head, but we're gonna find it. There it is. Oh, it's this big field. Well, I have a chocobo now, so it won't be as difficult to run around. Oh yeah, this is where the whores are. That's right.
Look at this place.
They may professionally be whores, but they couldn't be farther from that characteristically. Danny DeVito has ruined my pronunciation of that word forever. Not that it's a word I say often.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Alright, we're looking for something around here. Is it that? Are you the monster we're looking for?
Now.
Yes, it is. Oh, it's my level.
This isn't gonna be easy.
At least we have Jill here with us to help us take this thing on. Oh, I actually pulled off a parry.
Too slow.
Got him. Okay, that one was my level. I'm not doing the next one. The other hunt is going to be above my level.
I know I will.
Okay, well that's the only optional thing I can do right now aside from the other hunt. So I guess we're gonna go back to getting our boat. Let me go
All right.
stock up on potions first. Not what I wanted to do. No, leave me alone. God damn it. I almost have finished Dino Crisis. I've spent my morning playing it between doing other things. Never beat the first Dino Crisis before.
Ready, go? Back to the stables, go.
All right, are there shops here, or do I have to go into the town? There is a shop here.
Look at this place.
And what can I do for you? I do like a customer who knows what he wants. Come back again.
Okay. This is where we're meant to be in the main story. Also, I can't tell if it's hot or if I'm coming down with something. I'm hoping it's just the heat.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed.
Battle on the
While the
bridge.
Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Look, okay. This is our new party member. Hopefully he doesn't die like Sid did.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
You know. I do want to go through the gate.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Enough of these cat and mouse games. I don't know, this guy might not be temporary.
Come along now. Bastard.
Technically, this is the second time he's been in our party.
On your command, my lord.
I thought he was going to die during the game's prologue.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
Forest area!
Your petty revolution.
Taking the
ends
mages
here.
out first.
While these our swords
Fuck
we
their
swear.
mages. I might be a little over leveled.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank.
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
No, all the black mages in this game get crucified.
Nice try.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, but those ones are like little baby dragons. Oh, no.
A
Oh.
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I think it's Kane. Actually, the first Dragoon we fought in this game looked a lot like Kane. Yeah, I know Kane is a Dragoon. This guy is a Dragoon too. That's why he has the jump ability. Oh God.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
We finish him. Nice try.
It's too bad not all dragoons can look like Freya.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Alright, see evil.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
You know, Clive really is going to look like a Boy Scout by the end of this game.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Well, that was fun.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
I like Uncle. I don't want him to die. Also, that was some really good use of main theme right there.
Over there. Go on. She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Okay, hello, Taken. How's it going?
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Side quests have reappeared.
Technical note.
Might as well do them.
There are new billets being posted every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Yet normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Okay. I wonder if there's new hunts. No. Just Belphegor. Why is that name familiar to me?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Alright. What does the Berserker Ring do? The Berserkers of Southern Ash, known for their fearlessness on the field of battle, were known to wear these rings not only on their fingers, but pierced all over their bodies from head to toe. Scholars now believe the unnatural courage they displayed was a result of extended exposure to the concentrated aether imbued in the jewelry. That poisoned the blood of its non-bearer wearers and induced madness that ultimately became associated with battle frenzy. Temporarily increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge. No shit, we're wearing that. I get precision dodges all the time. Way more often than I get parries.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Okay. Actually, let me go talk to Harpocrates real quick.
Did you come to borrow a book, Sneed? You can't have this.
My knowledge is yours. I still remember.
The day I first met Tet and Crow, chasing their father about the hideaway one moment, clinging to their mother's kirtle the next. The twins' love for their parents was something to behold, so fierce and pure. When they passed, I feared the void they left in the children's lives could never be filled. Neither spoke nor smiled for years, hiding themselves away here in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the leaves of these tomes.
Thank goodness they did.
For I believe the stories proved a welcome distraction, as over time their pain faded, and now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigor. They remind us that no matter how deep our wounds, we all have the capacity to heal, and that happiness lost may be found again.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but of that which Sid fought fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we might never have found again, had you not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Had you not let us hear.
To Benamere and the invincible Ware, among the ghosts of the fallen, our journey can continue. Here, in the belly of a leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever. And here may it burn for 1,000 more.
Look around you.
While it is a far cry from the Imperial Library in Orflam, in 5 short years we have amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We have liberated them, that they may fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge. There is much more out there. As long as I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can. One day, a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves. Or failing that, the floor.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
We're inching closer to level 4 wisdom on this guy.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Alright, let's check the blacksmith real quick. Actually, that's what we're supposed to do.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right, we're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of hail. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite a
Alright, we gotta help our blacksmith get out of a runt.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working the rides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Caer Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Time to hunt a griffin? Oh boy.
Typical no.
How did we live?
Good, he's rank B. While passing along the trail from Lostwing to Caer Norvent, one of our order was met with a sudden blast of wind so strong that it bent back the trunks of the old oaks, and heard a cry so terrible that he ran for his life. Questioning the locals revealed that this area was the nesting place of the elder griffin known as Dosmare, a beast much hated for its appetite both for chocobos and for children. Caer Norvent, Westgate, Sandbrook. Okay. I have an idea where that is now. I think. Yeah, it's over here. Is it this area that I haven't mapped? Care Norvent Westgate. Right. So Rivergate, Glorious Gate. Where's the fucking... I guess this is their West Gate. We'll start our search here and see where it leads us.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Okay, I think I've picked the correct location. I mean, finding a griffin shouldn't be that tough. If it has the ability to fucking knock trees over. Griffin, where are you? That's not the griffin.
Ready, go? Faster!
Hilarious joke taken. You're a comedic genius. It took me a second to get that.
No need to ride from here.
That did not appear to be where the griffin was. Where the fuck is this griffin? It says Care of Norvent West Gate. That's not even the name of a location on my map.
Typical note.
How did we never hear?
while passing along the trail from Lostwing to Caer Norvant. That's where I just went. The trail from Lostwing to Caer Norvant. Lostwing is this town here. Caer Norvant is here. Did the fucker go the long way? We'll check the long way just in case. Let me check this shop out real quick too.
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
Dude, you got nothing. I'll buy that because I don't have it.
I hope it's to your liking. Ah, yes. I trust it's all here. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Alright, what's the path? This... up, I think. And this way. Let's check this path, because I haven't gone this way yet. Although this would be the long way to Caer Norvant. Can I even go this way?
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding at the hands of some bearers in your duchy.
Let me use my chocobo.
Not here.
There's goddamn woods everywhere here. Well, the monsters here are stronger. Also, griffins are, like, huge. So, this shouldn't be difficult to find.
Straight home now.
Do you guys know anything about the griffin?
There's no coin to be had in this miserable land. Even if they wanted to trade with us.
I know.
Alright, dude.
It was hard for us Dalmex here in San Brek before the capital fell, but now we'd be stoned if we even approached Northreach.
I just want to fight the griffin. Hey, a chest. Okay, I'm gonna search over here one more time. Does the griffin not come out right now? Is it a baby griffin? And that's why I haven't seen him?
Good girl.
It'd be kind of nice if I could look at the monster board anywhere. You know, just in case something like this happens.
Straight home now.
Ugh, you persistent bastards. Can't activate the monolith.
Let's go.
Alright, anyway, it was on the trail from Lostwing to Caer Norvin, which is not a very big area.
Time to fight.
Well, I'm really close to leveling up. At least there's that. Hey, another chest. Some of these chests are hidden in plain sight. What was that? Was that my new Berserker thing activating? That's what it does? Oh, I'm about to fuck up some shit, let me tell you. This feels like a really cramped space to run into a griffin. I keep saying the word griffin and it's starting to upset me. It's gonna start sounding like a fake word.
You're finished.
Okay, and I've made it back to Lost Wing. Hey, you wouldn't happen to have seen a griffin, would you have? Okay, I'm gonna check another area, because this fucking thing's not showing up.
Look at this place.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
There's a path over here I haven't gone to on my map yet, so I'm gonna check that out. See if it turns out to be anything.
Time to fight.
No. We don't need to fight. This is nothing. This is just a circle called Advent. Is it too early for me to do the quest?
Typical.
How did we never hear?
I'm looking this up. What the fuck? Hold on. I looked it up. There he is. That little shithead, he's up there. He's one level higher than me. Okay, the one thing about the Berserker Ring, though, is it takes away my ability to do anything but attack after a dodge. I can't do range, I can't do... So it's cool, but that limitation kind of sucks. However, the Berserking does fucking power up everything you do afterwards. So I might leave it on. It's Berserkin time. Okay, if timed right, you can still do some pretty sweet shit with this. Hey, I don't want to leave the battle. Ah! Oh, we got him. Jesus, that was a tough fight. Level up. I came up with some fire lyrics during that fight, though. You know I be berserkin' when I jerk the gherkin.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She send you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself will be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right, I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Okay, alright. That takes care of that. Killing the thing was not as hard as finding it. I'll tell you that much.
That monster's taking ground.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, But this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. It wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Excellent. You have obtained the design draft for the Dragslayer's belt. Design drafts unlock new crafting options at the Black Hammer. Visit Blackthorn in the Hideaway for details on material requirements.
Back, are ya? What do you want?
Electrum. Yeah, it's a pretty good belt. It's better than what I currently have equipped. Electrum apparently we can get from a hunt.
And?
Alright, time to go look at the hunt board. We've reached the point in this game where we just don't make progress in the story anymore.
Typical noble.
How did we never?
Well, Belphegor is the only hunt I have left on here. The Broken Hilt Rosaria. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's sire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. Hereby petition any brave volunteers to march to the northern border that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenchers of the nearby villagers. The Broken Hilt Rosaria on top of a hill. Let's go. Let's stock up on potions first, and then let's go take him on, I guess. Let's see if we get that stuff we need. Let's get even more over-leveled.
Is it business or pleasure? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Alright. I don't know why I walked back over here. And that's the broken hilt. Alright. I promise finding this guy will not be as hard as finding that goddamn griffin. I swear. We're gonna find him in seconds. I bet he's up on the hill over here. Right here. I bet you that's where he is. We're gonna go find out. Nailed it. Alright, Belphegor, you motherfucker. Get over here. Oh, I know why I know the name Belphegor. That's the demon dude who sits on the throne. Okay, this guy's 2 levels ahead of us. Not what I wanted to do. Ooh. Get parried, bitch. Ow. Kind of forgot he was a dragon. Alright, I'm berserking when I'm berserking now. Gotcha. Damn. Some of these hunts are pretty fun, though. Hard as hell.
Oh, there aren't any more of them.
Alright, let's go talk to the person here. And then we will return to the hideout and see what's going on.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up, hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer, and there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that, and even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet. Memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
We're eating like Depression era food. The chef wants to make like Depression era food. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up on YouTube. There's channels that will cook recipes from different time periods, and there are some very interesting American recipes from the Great Depression. Yeah.
Don't you go causing any
trouble? I mean, other countries have had depressions, but America's America, so we called ours the Great Depression. There's actually some of my favorite foods originated as Depression foods or wartime foods. Pulled pork in America, I believe, was a Depression era food because it's made with really cheap cuts of pork. But pulled pork is so fucking good.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Yes, I know about the economic crisis in Germany. Quite a few countries have had economic crises.
get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Okay, oh, that takes care of all the hunts I can do right now, I think. Unless more have become available.
Typical.
How did we never?
How may I help you today, Clive?
It used to be I would step into a tavern only to find myself overwhelmed with requests to sing of Dion the Bold or the Choral and the Serving Girl. But now all anyone wants to hear of is Sid the Outlaw. You have made me a very rich man, my friend.
You earned this.
We got music. And an empty shard.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
No new hunts.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Yay.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
It's fucking Depression era food, dude.
Odin's teeth. What, the salt on the senses is like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
You're, welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
I'm glad you liked it. Tomorrow, I'm going out to dinner with my parents, and I'm getting some fucking sushi. I can't, I'm excited already. Okay, that would appear to be... No, there's other stuff to do around the hideout. Hold on. I gotta remember to look at my letters.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad.
An apple a day. Lad from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning. Sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. I told myself he was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. Was a time you'd catch none but Sid supping on these, what for their foul bite. But for him, it never were about the flavour, but about what they represented, our ability to make it on our own. And look at us now, Sid would be proud. My Lord Marquis, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Stillwind those many years ago. A true bearer of your father's legacy, if only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians, and am proud to stand alongside you once again. The Dalmecs and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slum curs, but neither to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realized that a stinking pile of chocobo shite they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. Our wall of memories has 3 objects on it now. Alright, now we can proceed with the main story. What? No. Hold on. Blacksmith first. Can I make that thing? No. Whatever drops Electrum, it's not available yet.
Materials, and I'll think about it.
It's a hunt, and it is not a hunt I can do yet. I find it interesting that the icon for the hunts board is the tomato monster that you fight in Final Fantasy XII. Which I guess is fitting considering that is the one that introduced hunts into the series.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
I spy an opportunity.
The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Alright, good night, Taken. Have a good one.
Ah, my favorite pupil. One would think.
My role was abundantly clear by now. I offer you and yours the guiding light of knowledge that of matters military and political, both present and past, that it might illuminate your way ahead. For it is only by understanding that what has come before that one might steer one's way toward a brighter future. Your role, meanwhile, is to ensure that I remain furnished with as much information on the state of the realm as your people can muster, in order that I might continue to appraise the dispositions of the great nations and those who rule them. And of course, to pay attention during my lectures, it would not do to appoint the storied Ninetails as your tutor, only to disregard her expert advice.
I admit.
When I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Canva, I did not think for a moment that I would one day count Sid the Outlaw among my pupils. But nor did I imagine that my fellow educators would have designs on my life, and we both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose. One is wont to uncover that which others would go to great lengths to ensure remained hidden. Were it not for you and our mutual friend having come to the rescue, my curiosity would likely have proved fatal. But instead, I was not only saved, but granted a new lease on life, as personal tutor to a band of outlaws no less
Far more reputable fellowship
than anything in the academic world, I assure you.
My beloved homeland.
The crossroads of Valistea, where one only has to stroll the streets to hear news from every far-flung corner of the realm. Its mother crystal yields more shards than any other, and its lands even now remain untouched by the blight. It is a blessed country indeed.
Or at least it was.
Until Sandbrook elected to invade and established a new holy capital upon Twinside's heretofore neutral shores. Pains me to see the land I loved so changed, and even more to know that I did not predict it. I knew that Emperor Sylvester had designs on the Dominion, but to abandon Oriflamme, the seat of the Holy Empire since its inception, seemed too audacious a move even for him.
While the Iron Blood may not be your chief concern, you will most certainly be theirs. Be careful, Clive.
There are new billets.
Okay. Alright, well, I know it hasn't been a super long stream, but we will pick up here tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be back most likely tomorrow night. So until then, have a good night.